What's up, YouTube? It's been a while since I have uploaded a video, and I probably won't get consistent as I would like to be until the Lord say so. I am continuously fighting battles, battle after battle. I am victorious. Right now, I'm kind of looking like what I've been through, but glory to God, I have the victory. This morning, I woke up and I was thinking about, and it dawned on me how I didn't have or feel the spiritual negative magnetic pull. However, I am out of the boundary from where I was residing, where I was staying, where I was staying right now. I'm kind of, how do you say, I am not completely established, so I am going through being established after being gone for a year in Kansas, now back in California. You know, it's been a challenge trying to get foundated, along with my strongholds that I thought I was truly delivered from, which in my heart I believe that I am, but my flesh tends to say something different. So I noticed this morning, being out of the range from where I was staying, you know, going from motel to motel, family house to family house, I'm out of that range of area where I was being and where I was staying, that now being in a different territory, I noticed I don't have that negative magnetic pull. And, you know, it dawned on me, I'm like, wow, I don't even have the pull. I don't have the discomfort. I don't have, I don't feel myself fighting, you know. So immediately something crossed my mind. A little while ago, well, maybe about 2 years ago, I had this encounter with some that I thought that were my friends, which were, and could have been at the same time angels, but I really received it as a negative encounter because of what I went through in terms of them trying to convert me. So I took them trying to convert me from a believer in Jesus into not believing in Jesus at all and just believing in the Messiah, Yeshua. However, I took it as a gift. I had to put the bones out and took it as a gift, that I got a chance to get to know who Yeshua, some recognize him as Yahweh, Yahweh, you know, and I'm just glad, I'm grateful for, you know, for that. But I went through something to get to know him, you know. However, during that time, I had certain encounters that were dark encounters, you know. And one encounter was, there was a guy, you know, he had the African look descent, you know, he wear the, you know, medallions and all these different things, and I thought that he was, you know, just a believer of Yeshua. So being a believer in Yeshua, some people tend to overdo it with the look, you know. So me not judging him by the look, you know, I just judged him. I was trying to go from his heart. And, you know, there was something he had said to me. And he said to me after, you know, I didn't know he was watching my videos on Facebook. However, he said that I possessed a certain gift that could be used. And he's like, yeah, we hit these streets, hit these corners. And at this time, it didn't really dawn on me, like, hit these streets, hit these corners. What do you mean? And that was it. And that's what he said. And I was trying to figure out what he meant, you know, that time had passed. However, he was standing out, this is another time, he was standing outside talking to me, and then these particular people that I thought were my friends, which I had to pick the bones out of them and find the meat, and then I found Yeshua. The one of the two that I thought was my friend, which was the woman, they both were a married couple, she approached us while he was talking to me. I don't even know exactly what he was saying at the time, but he had been popping up to my house like more frequently, like trying to get me without giving me the full truth of what he was doing. And she walked up and she like spoke in this language and shunned him away. And it's like he left. So I don't know if she was like a witch and he was a sorcerer, or she was a sorcerer, he was a witch, and her power was more than his. But he left, and I never seen him again. I mean, she spoke in tongue, and it was a tongue that I want to say I've heard before, but at the same time, it was just like dang, that was awkward. But I never thought no more about it, you know, because when she came as though she was in defense of me. And obviously knowing and recognizing that they know who I am more than I knew who I was. They knew the God in me that they knew the God that was in me than more than I knew the God that was in me. You know what I mean? So I was like, dang, that's crazy, you know? And not really dwelling on the fact or not dwelling on that situation or nothing. It came to me, I forget who the guy is. I'm going to try to come back again so I can refer to him, because as I got on here, I thought about how I didn't have his information. But his name is Joe. He once was an atheist, or he was a sorcerer. He operated in, and he knew what he was doing. He said that he was a child of the devil, and that the devil was his father. But then he was converted. He had this encounter, whatever the case may be, and now he is a child of God and of the Most High, and he's a believer in Jesus. And he happened to do his testimony about how, you know, they were cursing the streets, cursing the neighborhoods with cancer and drug addiction and alcoholism and perversion and, you know, all the different things. And this is what he was saying that was happening, what he was doing. And he was doing it deliberately, knowing that he was doing it, but he was doing it trying to gain the seat next to his father. He wanted to be the best at what he did as he could. He wanted to do everything that his father asked him to do to the best of his ability so that he can gain the right hand to the devil. You know what I mean? So watching this video, I'm like, oh my God, that is exactly what's happening in our neighborhoods. Because I could feel it. I'm a very sensitive spirit. I can feel negative and positive. Sometimes, depending on where I am, or if I have fallen short of his glory into one of my strongholds, I would have a hard time deciphering which, like, am I tripping, or is that God, or, you know, whatever the case may be. But when it all burned down to it, I'm like, this is what's happening, because I'm out of the range. To me, is what I received today, is that I'm out of the range from it reaching me. You know what I mean? Because it reminds me when I went to Kansas City. When I went to Kansas City, it's like nothing could stop me. I got a job within the first week, two jobs within the first week, and got my place within the first week. You know, everything was just consistently. Nothing was in the way. No bound, no walls. You couldn't feel anything. It's like I just knew. And that's exactly what I feel right now. I've been out of the range of the area that has been cursed. Now, you don't have to believe in cursing and all that different things, but to me, if you believe in God, you know we wrestle not against flesh and blood. So if we wrestle not against flesh and blood, we must wrestle against spiritual wickedness, right? So that is word. Gotta look that up, y'all. I just want to get on here and share that with you guys, because if anyone else is going through this kind of encounter where you feel like no matter what you do, every time you take 3 steps forward, you take about 10 steps back, but then you find yourself in this territory, okay? If you're in a certain territory, get out of it. You know, I don't think you have to really move cities, obviously, because that's exactly what I'm experiencing right now, because I was even considering relocating again. Like, you know what, I can't stay here. I tried to come back here. You know, I came back for my kids because, you know, being in Kansas, it's a culture shock for them, you know, and they had a hard time, adapting. You know, the culture didn't accept them. I have very loving kids. They're very versatile, but then the culture there did not accept them. So they were going through their own childish battles, and I just didn't think it was fair. So I came back home. Coming back home, it was a challenge for me, because, of course, you go back to the territory once you left. However, the territory once I left was why I left. Now, being in the territory from being where I was, because, you know, that's, you know, familiar, I found myself in a different territory this past night, and because I was pretty much forced into a different territory by economics. You know, I'm like, it's cheaper over here, you know, and I didn't have no magnetic pull. I didn't wake up with no urges. I didn't wake up with, I woke up feeling like I'm in a completely different atmosphere, a completely different realm, a completely different dimension. You know, that's exactly how I woke up. So I just want to share that with you guys. If you guys are experiencing some kind of negative pull, or some kind of bounding, or some kind of just something that it just seems like no matter what you do, you can't get ahead, step outside that atmosphere for a moment and check and be aware of the atmosphere change. You know, you have to. It's a must. Right now, you have to do a certain kind of evaluation of your surroundings and your atmosphere, and you have to be aware of when you have to be aware of when it change for the good. You know what I mean? You have to be aware of when it changed for the bad. You know, so that you know exactly where you're not to cross the line. Hey, not going that way. You know what I mean? I'll pray for that way, but I'm not going that way. And there's so many people over in that territory that don't really understand what's going on. And I really believe that I do, you know, and I may be off a little bit, but I'm may not be right on point, but I'm not too far from it either. And as I continue to pray and as I continue to walk this journey, I will continue to do the best I can to give you guys the feedback that may be beneficial to you or to someone that you know. May the Lord add a blessing, and again, I will do the best I can to try to come back and not forget to come back to bring you the name of the guy, because he's really popular now on YouTube. Because his story is real. You would know, you would connect with the spirit. You would know that he's not lying. You would know that everything that he said he did, who would want to admit to doing something so evil and so cruel to people? You know, it's just really a great testimony. And if I can, I'm really not good with the YouTube thing, but if I can, I would do my best to try to put it in the feed box or something, or whatever it's called. But if I can't, then I'll just get back on here and I'll relate again to this subject and have his information down for you guys. May the Lord add a blessing. Please keep your spiritual eye open. It's really in this day a serious spiritual battle that is going on. And if you love your loved ones more than what perceives the natural eye, then you'll get in prayer about it, and you'll even be more aware as well, so that you can do the best you can to be that effective resource in the spirit to help those out. Okay, may the Lord have a blessing. See you guys soon.